Hello everyone, welcome to this general love and relationship reading for all signs. We are just coming out of the 8/8 Lionsgate portal, so I wanted to tap in to see what has shifted. So I did do a reading and an extended reading that you can purchase on my website that tapped into a specific situation and what was coming through. Something was being birthed, and a lot about spontaneous creation and like shifting timelines and into a new paradigm. So I want to see what's happening now in this new paradigm shift after the new moon in Leo and the Lionsgate portal. Apologies if you can see, like I need to wear my glasses because I've been on my computer a lot, but you can see the reflection of my phone in there. I apologize if it's distracting. Excuse me. What was I going to say? I'm going to start recording the next batch of zodiac sign readings this week. Just hadn't felt called to do it yet. So that's kind of how I operate, is if the energy's not there, I can't force it. That's funny that I said force, and look what came out. Mars, force. So this is a very masculine energy. It's Aries, the god of war, the emperor energy, someone who's in charge, obviously who takes initiative. He's a leader, and very passionate also. And then we have Virgo, I analyze. Interesting. So Virgo is an earth sign, but they're very analytical. So let me see. And Capricorn I use. Interesting. So you could have Capricorn. It came out in one of my other readings. There was the devil kept coming out, and I was picking up on possible Capricorn energy, but Capricorn I use. So a lot of earth energy. So Virgo and Capricorn are both earth signs. So there's a lot of earth energy happening. I'm going to use this deck, but so something, honestly what I'm getting is like a lot, like planetary, maybe this goes without saying, but like planetary influences are happening like in our physical world. And I get that the Force card, because like I said, it's the god of war, like standing your ground and not backing down, pushing for what you want, and almost being impulsive and aggressive and forceful. And I feel like it has to do with the way that we think, the way that we process things. We have the Virgo I analyze. They're also very organized and health conscious. And then Capricorn is, they're a very hardworking sign, and they're known as the goat. It's a 22. 22 is a master number. It represents divine feminine energy. See, the reason the Capricorn is the devil card equivalent in the tarot, I feel, is because with like the IUs, like they can easily slip into that like overindulgence. And it's almost, I kind of like, these are almost two opposite signs when it comes to, they're both earth signs, but I feel like their energy is very opposite. Like Virgo is not overindulgent. They're very structured and organized and precise, and they're very like do things by the book and very smart about the way that they do things. And Capricorn, while they work hard, I don't necessarily feel that they have that same, they can easily overindulge in things. That's why it's the devil, which is addictions, vices, overindulgence and things, codependencies. So it's almost like I'm feeling like a rift with the Mars Force card, like a rift between these two types of, it's like splitting these two types of energies when it comes to whether that's within you or just like within society collectively. I do feel it's within our own psyche but that's possibly the timeline paradigm shift that we see happening, is like the Mars Force card is like, I see something being split down the middle, And it's like, okay, now choose which side you're going to be on. You're going to be on the side that's like structured, organized, analytical, doing things a little bit smarter. I mean, like in terms of that way, not to say like either is right or wrong. And then the Capricorn is like going to be more indulgent, more like, are you going to use things instead of organize them? It's almost like putting things to use rather than like, I'm just going to have things in place. Like, it's actually like putting yourself into it. That's like the best way I can describe that energy. And it's like splitting them down the middle. Are you going to be structured, or are you going to be more free flowing? And not to say that we have to choose one over the other, but it may feel like that, because I think both are necessary, but we may be seeing where we are more in one area, or where we more are in another. Jesus. So the tarot that we have out is the Chariot first, which is Cancer, and Cancer has been coming up recently too. So maybe you have Cancer in your chart, maybe you have Virgo in your chart, maybe you have Capricorn, or somebody you're watching has these in their charts. But the Chariot is movement forward. It's advancement forward. And then we have the Ten of Swords, which is a painful ending, something that needs to end. So, like I said, something with the Force card, something's being killed, like dying off in your life that's like not necessary for you anymore. And maybe it is, maybe like I said, could be that whole like splitting down the middle, seeing which side, but it could also be these two aspects of you, like being too analytical, being too like in the consumer, I'm going to use these things, or I'm going to be too overindulgent. It could be like it's seeing where either of those two things, which can, if overused, can become toxic to you and not necessarily the best for you, seeing what needs to die off in that way. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is being single and building your life up, building yourself up, like enjoying a life of luxury. Whatever luxury means to you doesn't have to mean the same thing for somebody else, but it just means like you built yourself from the ground up. What am I getting from that card? You know, I also kind of got when I was thinking is like no longer being single, but like no longer feeling like you're alone also. It could mean like with the split or the timeline shift, the jump, that we felt alone before and we didn't necessarily have like our community or people around us who were like-minded. So maybe this timeline shift is putting you in areas, like I said, with a split, you're having to choose like, where are you going that's more like-minded? But the ending of being single, the ending of being alone, not feeling supported, like not that you're like, this is a very flourishing card, but it's like you're alone. Like that's usually what this card is about. Whereas like if you go to the Ten of Pentacles, that's like abundance, but having it all, like with your family, with community, like including other people. This is more so like it's you by yourself. So like being closed off. What I was seeing was the feathers protecting the coins there. That's kind of what I was getting, is being closed off to others. The Devil. So we have Capricorn twice. So lots of Cap energy. So it could be Capricorn in the chart. But again, it's addictions, vices, things you feel bound to. And again, like it could just be any of the things I mentioned, where maybe even the Mars Force card, like realizing you're too forceful, too aggressive, or too analytical, or you're overindulgent, which is the Devil card. Not let it, like, even, and it's like seeing what possibly is not good for you, but still entertaining it. And that can be easy to do when you're not surrounded by people who are like-minded or who support you in you being your best self, because they're not reflecting back to you, or, you know, telling you like, hey, that might not be good for you, or, you know, maybe here's something else you could do that's a little bit more healthy. You know, that's what we need community for, like supportive community, not people who enable us to keep doing the things that aren't good for us. So it's the people who push us to be better and to be healthy. The Two of Cups. Well, so it has to do with love. So love is showing up. Whew, lots of all over the place. I feel like that's what's going to happen, is almost like you're going to feel in this new energy, but then also like it's like being between worlds as you shift. You may feel like you're in between worlds, but let me get one more before I keep talking. That's too many. I mean, it could also just be like a Capricorn coming to offer love to you. Could represent that too. Or end with the Chariot, like ending a relationship with a Cancer, being single, and then a Capricorn offering love could represent that too. It doesn't always have to be symbolic and kind of out there. It can mean, you know, take it how it resonates for you. The moon. So the moon is Pisces energy, but it's also things that are shadows, intuition, things that are hidden. It's feminine energy. I get, well, the new moon, the new moon brought in a lot of loving energy, like feeling like you're in union, despite the possible destruction and icky. This is, okay, so maybe this is the split too. Like, I think I was picking up on possible split. Like, I feel like people are in either one or the other. Either you're feeling loving and happy and high vibe and things are great, just the way that you're feeling, despite whatever's happening on the outside, or you're feeling shitty and overindulgent, or like you feel sick. I know a lot of people are having ascension symptoms, which are just usually like fatigue, headaches, flu-like symptoms, feeling like you have a cold. Yeah, just feeling really icky and sick, like your body's detoxing. So that could also be this like weird back and forth kind of shift in energy. There's a split. I definitely feel split. For me, I've been feeling great. The world, despite that the circumstances that are happening in my life are not necessarily my favorite. There are some things that I'm not happy about, I'm trying to change, but I still feel amazing, and like this has been like the happiest I've ever been despite that. So that could also be why it's confusing, because you could feel super great, like feel so just in love with your life, or like the people in your life, or your job, or whatever it is, or just feeling good in yourself, even though maybe you're having a fight with somebody, or maybe you're like your job isn't that great, but you're still feeling good within yourself. So it's like it's this weird like split of like how some people are experiencing this chaos and some people are experiencing this like real high vibe, love, authentic kind of feeling, if that makes sense. We have the World, which is completion. So what I kind of get is that things haven't fully come full circle, but they are. Like something is going to be completing and coming full circle. I think I talked about that in the last reading too, about something coming full circle. And that's when, the love can come in, or the relationship can happen. The Star. So we have Aquarius energy. It's also wishing on a star, hope, renewal. I feel like it's a renewed sense of hope. And they look very similar too. These cards look very similar with the stars and the background. It's like they're in space. You're seeing the world from up in space. So it's navigating this like split. What are we choosing? I don't even feel like it's about choice, actually, which is kind of strange. It's like feeling a split and just knowing that you're in one shift, one paradigm or the other, and kind of feeling that push and pull as you move fully into the new paradigm. And then eventually it coming to it, okay, now you just live here. And the World and the Star kind of represents like, okay, we're just here now. You're fully connected to this shift that the 8/8 portal was bringing in for you. The Six of Cups. This is nostalgia, things coming back from the past. It's about happy childhood memories and joy. It's really like feeling a lot like childlike again, and childlike wonder, and just, carefree and almost like starting anew. So we have the Five of Pentacles, which is about feeling rejected, abandoned, a loss of some sort in the physical world. So someone's not happy. I feel like somebody feels like they lost you. I feel like this paradigm shift could take you away from people who like possibly you had, like you were in their life, or they had, and you guys have an energetic connection, and you shifting timelines, actually they feel the loss of you because they're still in that timeline, the one that you left behind. I don't know why I'm so dramatic and I like that when I drop a card. Strength. So we have Leo. We are in Leo season, but it's developing inner strength. I feel like this person, whatever I was just picking up on, like somebody feeling the loss of somebody else is like, shit, I need to like fucking boss up and develop some strength in order to meet this person there, because I want to be there. Yeah, like going towards what you love. The Son of Cups is the Knight of Cups, which is taking action towards something that is emotionally fulfilling for you, offering your cup of love. This person like is like, I'm not letting you leave. I'm not, or it's not even like letting you leave. It's like, no, I'm not going, you're not going without me. And even I like feeling like the Knight of Cups. So it's not a king. So it's like, even if he doesn't feel ready, he's still like, I'm coming. Like, let me, like, I'm coming. Like, and then we have, oops. So I get, it's like, he doesn't necessarily feel ready, but he's willing to jump at the chance and go after it. And he knows he has to like boss up, like I said. And that I think came up in the other reading too. The Ace of Pentacles is about an opportunity, an offer. It's like he goes from like, I think he finds a way to create a solid offer. He creates this opportunity through like through the portal. Like he goes through his own portal. He finds his own opportunity, or it is presented to him for him to shift timelines as well. This was the first card that came out in the 8/8 reading. And threes are about creation. Three of Wands is like waiting for your ships to come in. But it's, to me, this card is like, that's the portal. That's like the creation. What you're deliberately tying these three things together in order to create this portal to manifest through and from. And the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is making a decision, weighing up your options and choosing which direction you want to go. So this person, I feel, is, because they choose not to be, they want to go wherever this other person is going. This timeline shift that they're going, and it's like, they know they may not necessarily be ready, but they're willing to have this, to start over and to create, it's like they're creating an opportunity for themselves to become ready. The Tower, but of course that means they have to destroy things, and it could be sudden, and it could because they energetically decide that that's where they want to go. It could mean that once they do decide, like that's what I get here, is the decision card, is then shit starts falling apart in their life, and it may be sudden, it may be uncomfortable, but it's going to be swift. And whether I feel like they may be partly conscious of it, and they'll be like, oh shit, this is happening because, and so like they're consciously just like, okay, just breathe, everything will be okay. Two of Pentacles, they'll learn to fly and have balance again. This is a balancing card, like juggling, balancing. They'll learn how to fly is basically what I'm hearing. They'll learn how to fly in their butterfly status. They were the caterpillars, and now they're butterflies. The Emperor. See, we have that Mars energy came out, and that is this is Aries, and it would be Mars because it's ruled by, Mars is ruled by Aries, or whatever, however you say it. Anyways, but this person becomes the Emperor. I'm going to, like, oh, and the Ten of Cups on the bottom. This person's not going to give up until they reach this, because whether I do feel it is love, because it could be, you know, like we have the Two of Cups come out, like somebody sees someone who's like going in this direction and they're like, shit, like this person could be the person of my dreams, but I'm kind of stuck in this devil energy, you know, or going back and forth between whatever it is, not wanting to be, like, wanting to be single and you know, being okay with just like my vices in life. And but then they meet this person and they're like, well, I think I want, like, they kind of awaken something within them that makes them want to go wherever they're going. But it doesn't feel like this that it's necessarily communicated or conscious. Mother of Cups, yeah, because this is how they see that person. They see the person they're following holds the love, and it is a feminine energy. A masculine is following. She holds the love. She is love. She is the one they want to follow because her cup is always full, and she has no, yeah, and the Empress, see, yeah, it's like that mother energy, that nurturing. They know that this person can create whatever it is they want, and they also know how they always have a full cup. They're always overflowing. We have counterparts, the Empress and the Emperor, because he knows he has to become the Emperor for this Empress who he is following. And the Father of Cups. Yep, see? I'm telling you, it's love. It is an emotional match. And this person knows that, and they can feel it. And I do feel it's conscious on their part. I don't necessarily know if this masculine has communicated it to the feminine, and he's kind of just following her in whichever way that is, right? And like whether they are in a relationship or, you know, or are friends or know each other, or, but I just get it's not, he hasn't communicated it to. I feel like, has there even been any swords that came out? I don't even think, swords haven't come out at all. Lots of earth, major arcana, and fire and water. So yeah, there hasn't been any communication about this. That's what I was looking for. This is all telling the masculine story, I feel. Feeling the split, seeing where he has to choose. This is the masculine is the one who's still moving through it. Not to say that the feminine isn't either, but this is telling the story of the masculine. Chop wood. This card is about taking care of day-to-day things, the mundane stuff, the stuff that's not so fun, taking care of the details and all of that. I feel like that's his energy because he's attempting to create new habits in his life so that they become long-term. The tribe. Didn't I talk about community? I also get he's looking for, or it's something about creating, creating that community. I get also seeing the feminine as a part of his tribe, like recognizing, I'm going to get one more because it's recognizing that, you know, they are, like I said, they're part of the same soul family, or it's like some kind of soul connection for sure. But also, like I said, I was talking about that, finding the split and finding your like-minded individuals. That also is like what the masculine is doing. Like I said, this is all just telling the masculine story. These are the things he's experiencing right now. And I think the things that he knows he has to do before he can offer his love to the feminine. Because remember I said he was showing up as the Knight of Cups at first and saying, okay, I know I'm not ready, but I'm following you, right? But then he did show up as the King of Cups. And I don't know, I don't necessarily feel like that's current. I feel like that's what he's moving into. So he knows he has to do these things, which is chop wood. So just taking care of your day-to-day habits, changing your habits, like that is how you change make a change in your life, you do it repetitively every single day, and you make sure you don't get off track, taking care of yourself, going to bed, you know what, getting enough sleep, exercising, all of the things to take care of you. And it's like going to work and like making sure you have a healthy routine, making sure you have a community, like all the things that you need to do to be a good partner for your person so that you don't lose yourself within it. So the two cards that came out are To the Sea and Serendipity. So To the Sea is, I believe it's about going on an adventure. I wonder, because I had read into that card and it wasn't actually what I thought it was about. Oh, being in flow, returning to source, recognizing how pieces fit together, and a natural pattern of events. And then we have serendipity, which is, like, hold on. I don't know why these two are eluding me right now. I am going to do an extended, and I think I'm going to try to tap into the feminine's energy to see what's going on with her. Opportunity allied with readiness, the awareness of synchronicity. So this is what he's doing. He's doing everything he can to become ready. What did that one say again? Jeez, my brain is like, being in the flow, returning to source, recognizing how a natural pattern of events. He's allowing it to naturally happen and not forcing it, right? And so we had the force card, right, before, and I think that's what he's learning how to do. And then serendipity is, he's seeing the signs and synchronicities in order. It's not like he just sees this person and it's like, oh, I just, like he sees that there are things connected to her and what she does, the things she says, who she is, and he's getting signs and synchronicities, and he knows it's a serendipitous and it's like a magical alignment of events, and he knows that that's also how his progression is going to happen in terms of getting to the place where he wants to be with her. So if you'd like your own reading with me, you can go to my website, empoweringauthenticity.com, and schedule with me there, or message me at Empowering Authenticity on Instagram. And if you'd like to purchase the extended, the link will be below on my website. Okay, bye.